Hello everybody, so last video I showed y'all the basics of how to play the game. In this video I'm gonna use the two decks. We have the Archangel Michael one and the Anubis one. I'm gonna make the decks play each other so you can get to see what the gameplay is like, because the game is way funner than I could ever explain just talking about it. So let's get to it. I have these two metallic crystals. I'm gonna place them at the 400 life aura point mark to help keep track of the score. You could use whatever you have, like a dime or any other small object you have to keep track. Now I'm gonna shuffle the deck really good. One of the rules in the game is I don't want people cheating. And I remember when I would play Yu-Gi-Oh! Some players would tell me that they try to put certain cards in certain places and they try to shuffle their deck a certain way so they could draw their combos. And that's how a lot of them would win. But I think that's very, unfair and carny too. So don't do that. Just, make your deck as good as you can and shuffle really good. You shouldn't have to like fix your hand. So I'll do like a pretend cut. Let's put this deck down. Okay, now let's do it for the other deck. Okay, now let's put this back. Now, which one of these decks is gonna go first? That's tricky because, like, do I have anything? I don't think I have anything to flip. Yeah, I don't have anything to flip, so we'll just do it this way. We have the Anubis deck over here. We have the Archangel Michael deck over here. We'll just let the Archangel Michael deck go first since that's closer to the camera. So we're gonna draw, and you'll get to see the hand. Okay, now this is what I would do. Summon Archangel Jermiel. Use his effect, which reads, when the spirit is summoned, add one mystic or hex card from your deck that says angel on it to the limbo zone. On your second draw phase after activating this effect, add that card to your hand. So now let's go to the deck, find a card that says angel on it that we want to get. So I'll take Angel Fusion to try to help set up a fusion play in the future. Let's see if there's anything else I could do. I can't really do much else because these are mystic cards. Mystic cards you activate on your turn, not your opponent's turn. So I'm just gonna end my turn. Okay. Now it's time for the next player to draw their. First player draws 5 cards. The second player draws 5 cards too, but they also get an additional draw for that turn. So second player starts with 6 cards. Now, I guess for the purpose of the video, I could show y'all what's in the other player's hand. This is what the other player has, right? So I'm just trying to make the best plays possible. Big Bang Explosion, Amen, Moon God Thoth, 900. Do you gotta summon Moon God Thoth? When this spirit is summoned or flipped face up. Okay, with that being said, I'm gonna set, whoa. Hold on, the camera's messing up. Wait, yo, this duel is so good. Hold up, okay, I'm gonna set Moon God Thoth and face down battle guard mode. Gonna set these 2 traps. 2 hex cards. And end the turn. Hold on, I gotta pick up these other cards because they fell. Now it's time for the Archangel Michael player to draw. So they're gonna draw their card. This is one turn that the Angel Fusion has been there. So next draw phase, I get this card added to my hand. Okay, now let's see what we could do. So it seems like the next best thing to do would be to summon Archangel Metatron. That's 1,800. Now, when Metatron is summoned, you can add Archangel Sandalphon from the deck to the hand. Shuffle the deck. See, now the other player over there, they do have cards they could activate. Amen can negate the summon of Metatron and destroy Metatron, but since the card that they have face down has 2,000 battle guard points, and none of these monsters' spirits have enough battle aura points to beat over that monster, it doesn't make any sense wasting the hex cards. But this player wouldn't know that, so they're going to shift Jermiel to defense mode, and they're going to attack with Archangel Metatron. But they attack to find out that this is Moon God Thoth with 2,000 battle guard points. They only have 1,800 battle guard points, so they lose 200 battle aura points, which would bring them down to 3,800. And it's nothing really left for this player to do. I mean, like, they can take control of the spirit, or they could destroy the spirit, but just like the Anubis player didn't waste the the hex card on Archangel Metatron, we're not going to waste any of these mystic cards on just Moon God Thoth. But what happened that I forgot to do because I was speaking is that when Moon God Thoth is flipped, you could take one chakra level 8 spirit from your deck and add it to your hand. So we only have one of those monsters available since the other one was in our hand. We're going to take Sky God Horus, add Sky God Horus to the hand. Then again, with the shuffling. This player is going to end their turn. It's this player's turn. This player draws. Let's see what they draw. Okay. They drew the Underworld Black Flame Dragon. Now let's see what they could do. Moon God Thoth isn't strong enough on his own. Anubis needs 2 tributes to summon. Hailing God Isis is good, but she could bring back a hex card, and we don't have any hex cards in the graveyard. We don't want to waste that. Sky God Horus, same problem with Anubis, can't be summoned right now. So maybe we summon Underworld Black Flame Dragon, or we could, yeah, that's the only play that we have, so we're gonna do that. Summon Underworld Black Flame Dragon. Now when this spirit is summoned, you can, what is it, an Egypt spirit? Send 1 dark spirit from your deck to the graveyard. This card gains battle aura points and battle guard points 100 times the chakra level of the spirit sent to the graveyard. So we're going to send well, I'll try to find something good to send. All right, this is kind of cheesy, but we're gonna send God of Resurrection Osiris to the graveyard, because when this spirit is sent to the graveyard, you can special summon 1 dark spirit with 1,500 BP or less from your deck to the in battle guard mode. Okay, so we don't get to, go super crazy and summon anything into attack mode, but we can summon something into defense mode. So let's see what's a good target. I guess we're doing this. We're gonna summon Ancient Wisdom Owl. This is the first time me doing these combos. Okay, these specific combos anyway. Okay, because this plate was kind of broken, but Ancient Wisdom Owl, when it's summoned, you get to look at the top card. Wait, what is this? Look at the top card on your deck. So let's do that. Seth, God of Chaos. Then you get to pick one card at random from your opponent's hand. I'm doing this at random, just can't do everything on camera. I picked this card, let's see what it is. Archangel Michael. And the next part of the Owl of Wisdom effect is, if you want to, you could swap the card on the top of your deck with the card in your opponent's hand. But see, like, Archangel Michael is a good card. The more, what is this, light spirits in the graveyard, it goes up by 100 points, but it does require 2 tributes. Seth, the God of Chaos, on the other hand, when my opponent activates a Mystic or Hex card, I could discard it from my hand or send it from the field to the graveyard, negate that card, and then my opponent has to send a card from the deck to the graveyard. But if my opponent can't do that, I win. So to me, and in this situation, in the current state of the game, Seth, the God of Chaos, is better than Archangel Michael. So I'm just gonna put Seth back on the top of the deck, and I'm gonna give this back to my opponent. Underworld Black Flame Dragon goes up by 400 points since this was a Chakra 4 monster, making him have 2,100. I'm gonna make him attack Archangel Metatron. That's a 300 difference. So this player loses 300 more life aura points, bringing it down from 3,800 to 3,500. And this player is gonna end their turn. It's time for the Archangel Michael player to go. Okay, now let's see what they wanna do. We now get Angel Fusion. Let's just see what this says. Fuse 1 light spirit in your hand, deck, or graveyard with 1 light spirit from your field, hand, or graveyard. Special summon. Okay, so 1 from my hand, deck, or graveyard with 1 light spirit from my field, hand, or graveyard. Okay, so here's the thing, right? Considering everything, this is not looking good, right? Because they have 3 cards. We know they have a Horus in their hand because they got Horus from Thoth. We don't know about the Anubis, but we know that they have Seth, the God of Chaos, which could negate Mystic or Hex cards. So now would be a good time to use Flaming Sword of Light. But it would also be a good time to use our Mystic and Hex cards. We just have Mystics though, because Seth is gonna let them negate a Mystic or Hex card. So we can like freely activate our Mystic cards now. Once we wait to next turn, they're gonna get a negate. So let's start things off with Flaming Sword of Light. This card destroys all spirits on my opponent's side of the field, and then they have to turn their deck upside down for 4 turns. Then this card goes to the graveyard. But that's a powerful effect, destroying everything. And this other player has Amen. What Amen does is pay half your battle aura points. So they go down from 4,000 to 2,000. When your opponent summons a spirit, activates a Mystic or Hex card, negate that card and send it to the, well, negate the activation or the summon and send that card to the graveyard. So now we don't get to do this. This gets sent to the graveyard, but we do have a card that could help us because we have Archangel Michael. You could send this spirit to the graveyard from your hand or field to negate the activation of your opponent Mystic or Hex card. Then your opponent draws 1 card. So we're gonna discard Archangel Michael to negate Amen. And then With that being negated, this player draws a card. We know that they're going to draw this card because we saw it before. They get Seth, the God of Chaos. But now we have to be careful with whatever mystic cards we activate because they could negate it. And not only negate it, make us send a spirit from the deck to the graveyard. But since they didn't get to negate Flaming Sword of Light, all of their monsters is destroyed. But what happens is their deck gets put upside down, allowing us to see what they draw for a few turns, what they're gonna draw. But also, Moon God Thoth has an effect. When he's destroyed, you could select one chakra level 8 spirit in your hand and make it chakra level 6. So let's see which spirit this player is gonna make level 6. Is it gonna be Horus or Anubis? Let's see what makes more sense in this game state. One of our opponent, okay. So should we use, here's the thing, right? Our opponent just used a very powerful mystic card. This is the starter deck of all things. So it's just best to assume, right, that they don't have a lot of more powerful mystic cards to worry about. So we're not gonna make Sky God Horus 6 stars. We're gonna make Anubis 6 stars. We're gonna make Anubis 6 stars. But if the opponent didn't play that yet, I would be more cautious of them having powerful mystic cards, and I would try to summon Sky God Horus first, and I would make Sky God Horus chakra level 6 because it's unaffected by mystic cards. That means that if Sky God Horus was in play, the sword wouldn't work on him. It's unaffected. So let's get back to this player's turn. Okay, they're going to, what's the next best play we could make? Because they only have 2,000 Battle Aura points. If we summon Archangel Sandalphon and switch Archangel Jermiel to attack mode, we'll win. And now I know some of y'all was saying that the Anubis deck seems way better, and I get that it seems that way. You know, but these decks are balanced. They just have a little bit of different play styles and strategies or whatever. So, you know, at first it was overwhelming, but y'all saw this deck being able to keep up. And you know, it could be over. It depends what goes on, but we do know about the face down card. Let's see. But y'all see, either way, no matter which deck wins, it's a close game. So we're gonna summon Archangel Sandalphon. But now things gets a little tricky because our opponent doesn't know that we can activate Angel Fusion, but they know we have Angel Fusion. So our opponent can't like stall us out and wait for us to activate Angel Fusion to play their face down card that destroys everything, because that would be cheating. So as far as the opponent is concerned, once this player switches Archangel Jermiel to Battle Aura mode, right? This is 1,600 and this is 1,100, which makes that 2,700 life aura points of damage. They only have 2,000 life aura points. This is game. Now, it's no need to play Angel Fusion because I would just be doing an overkill. So what we're gonna do is we're going to try to go for game. We're gonna enter the Battle Aura phase. That's where the battles happen, and we're gonna attack with Archangel Sandalphon. So now, what the other player's gonna do, because if they don't do this, they lose, they're gonna activate their face down hex card, Big Bang Explosion, which reads, destroy all spirits on the field. You lose 500 life aura points for every spirit destroyed by this card effect. Until the end of your second draw phase, after activating this card, your opponent must reveal all current cards in their hand. Any new cards in their hand remain hidden. So that means that they have to show their hand. Now this player gets to know what's in the other player's hand. It was like, whoa, they got Cupid Strike and they got Angel Fusion, and they got Archangel Ariel. If y'all don't know, when Ariel is destroyed, it could destroy a card on the field. So this is a pretty dangerous hand. So unless, well, they do have the spirit that could negate a mystic card. So it's not that bad, but it's looking very bad, because also when these two spirits get destroyed, the trap card also requires 500 life aura points for every spirit destroyed. That's 1,000 they lose, taking their life aura points from 2,000 down to 1,000. What this player could do is go to strategy phase 2 and activate Angel Fusion. Now they could summon the Archangel of Death and Divine Justice, Michael. But they're not going to be able to do that, because what this other player could do is activate Seth, the God of Chaos, which is when your opponent activates a Mystic or Hex card, you can send this card from your hand or field to the graveyard to negate the activation of your opponent Mystic or Hex card. Destroy that card. Your opponent must send one spirit from their deck to the graveyard. If they can't, you win. So they're going to discard this card to negate Angel Fusion. So we have nothing that can stop that. So that means no Angel Fusion. But we also have to send a card from our deck to the graveyard. Now I'm keeping it fair. I'm not trying to manipulate stuff. Just like it was certain plays they couldn't do because they didn't know what was in this player hand. It's certain optimal plays this player could do, but I'm not gonna make them do because they shouldn't know what's in the other player's hand. So what I would do in a lot of situations like this is, okay, you're gonna make me discard. I'm going to discard either Archangel Michael or Archangel Gabriel, because when they're discarded, I draw a card. Angel Fusion, the only thing is though, is if I discard Archangel Michael now, because of Angel Fusion, I don't really have a way to get Archangel Michael back with this deck. So I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna discard Archangel Gabriel. So now when Archangel Gabriel is destroyed, let me shuffle. I get to draw a card. It's this, Angel Wings. Okay, let's look at my hand. Now, what Angel Wings says is draw 3 cards from the deck, then discard 2 cards. Add the card you didn't discard to your hand. Let's do that because we can't summon again, but if we don't do something, we're leaving our field wide open. So let's activate Angel Wings and see if we can draw something good. Okay. Draw 3 cards. Whoa. Hold on, don't fall now, camera. Let me see if this... Okay, wait, so hold on. Man, this game is so good. I hope this camera doesn't mess up on us. Okay. So that's 1, 2, 3. So unfortunately, right? This isn't a good 3 cards to draw in this situation. Angel Trumpet is good. So is Guardian Angel. So is Archangel Oriel because the stats. But the thing is this kind of lets us go 1 for 1. But it's hard to go 1 for 1 with our opponent. Well, this we could send a light spirit from our field to the graveyard to negate. What does this do? A mystic, our hex card, or a spirit effect of our opponent. So you know what? Like, I really want to get Guardian Angel, right? But I think considering Angel Trumpet will be good for the future. So we're going to keep Angel Trumpet and we're going to send these 2 cards to the graveyard. Okay, let's send this to the graveyard. Now, we're gonna set Angel Trumpet. Our opponent does know that we have Angel Trumpet because they saw our hand. But that's all the plays we could do, so we're gonna end our turn. So hopefully our opponent cannot do 3,500 points of damage to us on their turn, because if they do, we lose. But if they can't, we might win next turn, or we have a chance to keep the game going. Now, they draw. Oh, this has been one turn since Flaming Sword of Light has been played. So that means let's just put that card back on the field. After 4 turns, this goes away. Okay. So now this is what this player has. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. Hold on, let me fix the camera. I appreciate y'all checking this video out and getting to see how fun this game is. Okay. Let's see if I can move it up a bit. Okay, now what can this player do? Now, this player has a dangerous card. That is the Scales of Maat. This card says, if your opponent has more cards in their graveyard than in their hand, special summon 1 spirit from your opponent's graveyard. If not, special summon 1 spirit from your graveyard. They definitely have more cards in their, this is their hand, than their graveyard. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna activate the Scales of Maat. Let's see which monster makes the most sense to add. We're gonna take Archangel Uriel because that has the highest Battle Aura points. So this is already 2,000 Life Aura points of damage. And if we look in the other player's hand, they don't have anything to stop it. They don't have anything on the field to stop any attacks. So all the Anubis player needs to do is get 1,500 Battle Aura point spirit on the play, on the field. And if they do, they win. Let's see if they can do that. And they can, because they can summon Healing Goddess Isis. Now, Healing Goddess Isis is... Wait. Because I don't want to prolong this if this doesn't have to be prolonged. That was a misplay, summoning Healing Goddess Isis. If I activate the Egyptian stone tablets, I could add 1 Egypt spirit from my deck to my hand. So let's do that. Now, if there's a Egypt spirit strong enough to add to the hand, this game is over. Let's see if there is one. Yes, there's 2 of them. Skimit, the Tiger Goddess, and Cat Goddess Bestie. So let's add Skimit, the Tiger Goddess. So pretty much, what happens is that they summon Skimit, the Tiger Goddess, right? And they attack this player, and they lose 4,000 points of damage right there. It's game over. What I can do, though, is... So y'all can see how the game would have went with the misplay. We'll continue it that way, but I saw that even though it seemed unbalanced at first, the Archangel Michael player caught up and almost won. And even though the Anubis player came back, it was still a close game. But let's see what happens if we don't use the Egyptian stone tablet and we just go with the misplay, because sometimes that happens. You play a game like, no. I misplayed. Nah, you put your card on the field already. You got to commit to your play. So let's see. When they summon Healing Goddess Isis, it could take one one hex card from the graveyard and add it back to their hand. They're going to take Amen. Now, they're going to set Amen face down. So it's probably going to be game either way. Amen's a very powerful card. Let's activate the Egyptian Stone Tablet. Let's add... We don't really have much options, so we're going to add Skimmet the Tiger Goddess like we did before. That's the best option. Now we're going to go for all the damage we can this turn, and that is the attack for 2,000 Battle Aura points. Let's bring this down from 3,500 to 1,500. Then we're going to attack for 1,100 with Healing Goddess Isis, which would leave this player with 400 life aura points. So now it's their turn. Oh, and what I forgot to mention, because I was like doing so much at once, is that once a player loses 2,000 life aura points or more, they do get a prayer draw. A prayer draw is, instead of doing your normal draw, you can go in your deck and add any card from your deck to your hand. But I did add something to make it more exciting, and that's you have to flip a coin and you call heads or tails, and if you call it right, you get to do the prayer draw. If you call it wrong, you do a normal draw and you can attempt to do your prayer draw again next turn. So in this game, since both players lost over 2,000 life aura points, they both were able to do that, but this player is just able to do it this turn. This player could have did it after they activated Amen. I just didn't remember to activate it. I think to keep it fair at this point, I'm not gonna let this player activate it. Let's just see what they draw. And I don't have a coin on me at the moment by the camera, but let's see. They draw Host of Heaven, which is actually a really good card. So let's do that. We're going to activate Host of Heaven, which is going to let us special summon one. What does it say on it? Special summon one angel spirit. So that player has a negate. So just playing smart, right? You can't special summon anything more than 1,500. So that's whatever is going to get summoned is not worth wasting Amen on. So let's see what they can summon. All they can summon is Archangel Raphael. When this spirit is flipped face up after being face down, add one mystic card from your graveyard. Okay, can Host of Heaven let us summon face down? Let's see. Special summon one angel spirit with... Okay, it doesn't say, if a card doesn't say like face up or face down, you can put it in either way you want. So let's see. We'll special summon Archangel Raphael and face down battle guard mode, so that way we can get the effect to draw. Two turns passed for this Flaming Swords, if I'm keeping track correctly. Let's shuffle the deck. Okay. We're going to activate Cupid Strike. Now, with Cupid Strike, it's like, whoa. Like, now I'm not gonna let you take one of my cards, because then you can take it and you can do who knows what with it. But, you know, being fair, we do know that the opponent has Archangel Ragel. So it would be more optimal to wait for them to summon Ragel, then activate Amen to destroy Archangel Ragel, not just destroy Cupid Strike. So we're gonna do that. And of course, you would take the stronger spirit, which would be this one. And we're gonna go for that play that I said. Use our normal summon for the turn. Sacrifice Archangel Oriel to summon Archangel Regul. And now this is when the other player is gonna be like, no, activate Amen. They're gonna pay half their life aura points, bringing them down to 500. But what we could do is, which we made the right play before, we could activate Angel Trumpet. So y'all see, you know, even though this is different lines of play because of the misplay on the Anubis player, we can sacrifice Archangel Raphael to negate Amen. Now, unfortunately, this doesn't count as being flipped face up after being flipped face down, so we don't get to add the Mystic card back. That would have been huge, but at the same time, we don't have time to wait until next turn because the game could be over by then. But at least we got Archangel Ragul in play. And now that Archangel Ragul is in play, wait. I made a mistake. I'm so used to the other way of bringing him out through a combo. So yeah, he needs 2 tributes to summon. So they can't even do that. What happens is that, you know, we summon him, they use Amen, they destroy him. We don't even get to use Angel Trumpet because that would be, we could, but that would be, you know, that would be sacrificing Regul to negate Amen, and that's like a lose-lose situation. So, you know, this deck is running out of steam. It was a long duel. It's nothing else for this player to do. They're going to end their turn. The Anubis player draws, and they're going to summon the Tiger Goddess, and they're going to, well, actually, this is perfect because I just remembered that Anubis was changed to a chakra level 6. We could sacrifice Healing Goddess Isis, summon Anubis, the boss spirit of the deck, and attack for 3,000 Battle Aura points for game, and that is game. So whoa, give that up for the amazing duel between the 2 decks. And yeah, so you know, y'all almost saw the Archangel Michael deck won, the Anubis deck won, but this game had its ups and downs and stuff, and plus this was still me playing, you know, trying to keep it fair as if I didn't have knowledge of what other players had in their hand or whatever. So, you know, when y'all play this game and y'all play against other people, the lines of strategies and the cards in hand are gonna be different and stuff like that. And yeah, I saw how close of a game this was. Archangel Michael deck had 400 before, but now has 0 life points. And the Anubis deck won, but it only has 400 life points. No, it only has 500 life points, very, very close. And it almost lost or whatever, but it was able to hang in there and steal a win. Very interesting back and forths and everything. So yeah, you know, if you're more a fan of Anubis, go with the Anubis deck. If you're more of a fan of Archangel Michael, go with the Archangel Michael deck. Or if you like the Anubis type play style, go for the Anubis deck. If you like the Archangel Michael deck play style, go for the Archangel Michael deck. And yeah, this is just the starter deck, y'all. So even with the starter deck, you're getting very powerful cards, very powerful strategies. Currently, these are the only cards available in the game. So when you get either deck, you're automatically getting half of the cards in the game. And when you buy both decks, you have 1 copy of every card in the game. You can have 3 copies max per card. So to make your deck stronger, you can buy both decks and mix them up. Or you can buy the same deck twice or 3 times. You can have 2 or 3 of certain cards to help increase the consistency of your strategies. And yeah, we're going to be hosting tournaments to see who the best players are. So thank y'all for hanging in here. And if you made it to this end of the video, thank you. You know, I wanted to show some gameplay so y'all could see it. And like, wow, that was intense. But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Peace. And oh yeah, I'll try to make another video tying up any loose ends in the gameplay that I didn't get to talk about in the last video. But pretty much from the video explaining the rules in this video, I think y'all get a pretty good understanding of how the game is played. Until next time, peace.